It is Monday. It is the middle of January.
Yes.
And like me, maybe some of you are starting to get some of those Christmas bills in the mail, realizing exactly what you did over
That's what
Christmas.
people aren't going to the mailbox. They'll open it intrepidly.
Well, I'm going to have a great guest on today, Brad Hewitt. He's going to talk to us about how we see money and how we spend money and about having a new money mindset. So probably a good time of year for that.
Okay, I'll be taking a few notes there, Arlene. Also, you know, I think one of the things that we do in our lives is we can overcomplicate things, even including money, you know, what we spend our time on. And Robbie Simons, our Bible teacher, is going to help us today as we begin a series on the power of simplicity.
And you know, I think that's a whole cultural movement. People are talking about, how do I simplify my life? Because we're so busy, we have so much stuff. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to your guest, one of my favorite people and one of my favorite topics.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one of the areas I so appreciate since I've joined Crossroads is our Relief and Development Department, because, you know, we're working with you to make a difference all over the world. You know, whether it's the Hug for Orphans in the Ukraine, we're helping over 1,000 kids, providing relief in the Horn of Africa that's been devastated by drought, you know, also helping to educate 2,000 children in Zambia and Uganda. There's digging and repairing wells. It's a long list. And joining me to talk about these amazing projects we're doing all over the world and what we've accomplished last year is the guy that heads up our Relief and Development Department here at Crossroads, Dave Shelley. Good to see you, Dave.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on.
2017, we did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you know, it's been quite a journey. Missions is a journey, and it's also a wonderful season of opportunity for the church to step up and help people. And, you know, we began early in the year in Ukraine. You've mentioned it's over 1,000 kids that are visited. Every week, students from the seminary go out and hug kids and bring them care. We've been able to do replace ovens and washing machines. We've helped with lighting. We've helped with mattresses. And doing those things, you know, it shows that we care for the staff as well. It's not just everything helps the kids, but you know what? They feel cared for as well if we help equip them with better things. So that's been an awesome.
You know, the thing I love about it too is that we're all in this together. We're partnering together. And it's, you know, some people are able to give more, others are not as much. And, you know, we're talking about money on today's program. I mean, this is a good investment and it helps us to understand that we get beyond ourselves.
Yeah, and we've got some great missions investors that go along with us all year long, wherever the God is opening a door for us. You know, the famine in Africa was a perfect example where we had, with matching grants and strategic partnerships, over $900,000 was able to be implemented into saving people's lives. So that was really important that we step up. And it was, you know, the elderly, the people we're helping, it's in Somalia and Kenya and Uganda. I mean, it's the elderly. It's mothers with babies that if they're not healthy, the baby won't live. And it's even people with disabilities. So we were able to extend help over a 5-month period. It was just a wonderful way to show our love for people far away. So that was another great event last year.
And what's the reaction? Because you had opportunity to be in many of these places and they're saying, well, why are you guys doing this? What's the reaction? We say, well, I'm from Canada and we're a part of a ministry that is broadcasting across the nation. How is the response then?
Yeah, you know what? They are amazed that people from thousands of miles away that will never meet them, that'll never get a letter from them, show up to help them. They are just grateful for everything we do. And I am very open with saying, you know, it's Canadians coast to coast that are helping, that feel they want to express God's love to them. And so it's an amazing journey in missions that we're able to do.
I know with my work with the Voice of the Martyrs, and we're looking to work together on some projects as well in the persecuted church, but working through the local church and working through partners, I mean, that's the key thing. You're not trying to go into, you know, Uganda and then just trying to start the whole thing from scratch. You're working with people that know the culture and are able to get the resources through the local church.
Correct. And it's not always the easiest way to do it, but it's certainly, we feel it's you know, God's address on earth is the local church, so we try to work through them. When we did the education for the kids, we raised, if you remember, school supplies.
Yes, I do.
I mean, over 2,000 kids are able to go to school now because of that, and in Uganda and Zambia. So that was a huge blessing to them. And they tell the kids it was Crossroads in Canada, Canadians that helped. And in the dorm, late in the year, I've been watching for the last 2 or 3 years, these boys inside a classroom, that was their home. And kids that too far away from school to commute, you know, they couldn't walk, so they stay at the school, and they were sleeping in a classroom. And you know what? Late in the year, we finally sent out a cry in November saying, would you help us build a dorm? It's not a lot of money, it's $20,000. And sure enough, churches stepped up, individuals stepped up, and now there's a dorm built. The boys who are pretty rowdy, they'll have a matron and separate rooms for the younger ones and the older ones. Just a huge blessing. Just so grateful for the people that have come alongside during this past year.
We do have a minute to go, and we're quickly running out of time, but in terms of determining the projects we're going to get involved with, you know, as we go forward in 2018 and beyond, how do you determine which ones you're going to do? Because let's face it, there are so many needs in this world.
Yeah, and you know what? We wrestle with that as a missions group, and prayerfully, carefully say, Lord, you have to lead us and guide us, because you're right. There's a lot of needs out there in the world, but you know what? God's got good works assigned for us to do, and we will prayerfully seek them out, and we're just so grateful to our donors who have come alongside to help us. Now in Puerto Rico, we're helping there, and just an outpouring of love and support. So we just bless our donors today, and 2018, let's see what happens.
And I know you built some amazing friendships on the field, Dave. Thank you for all the great work that you're doing. And we'll look forward to continuing to bring reports to you as you support the many projects that we're doing around the world. We say thank you so much. Anyway, over now to Cheryl with James Merritt in Atlanta, Georgia.